Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What it is, ho? What's up? SLIM2BAD got beat the and got drugged. Girl, because I was embarrassed for you, low-key. Like, how are you gonna go quote unquote claim that you're gonna go out with a bang and then get drugged on your way out? I just don't understand, and I never seen nothing like it. Girl, what's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl SLIM2BAD, and I am back again with another video. So today we are going to be getting into the review, the recap, whatever you want to call it, of the latest episode of Baddies Caribbean, episode 10. I am ready to get into it. I know y'all is ready to get into it, and honestly, I'm not going to waste any more of y'all time. Let's go. All right, so honestly, I'm only going to speak on two situations throughout this whole entire episode. I do feel like it was a good episode, but as all episodes or most episodes on Zeus, it be a lot of filler. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't feel the need to recap the recaps and just talk, you know what I'm saying? Just talk about stuff that really don't need to be talked about. So I'm going to speak about two things. Still a good episode, I feel like, but let's go ahead and get into it. So at the beginning of the episode, we see basically Rollie and Natalie, they are catching up and all that. So it was so funny how Natalie was basically telling Rollie that Mariah Lynn got Natalie is not your friend. Like, girl, it was so funny how Natalie was telling Rollie how Mariah Lynn was getting tore up from the floor up. It was hilarious. Anyways, we can skip past that. Recap and a recap again. Didn't even mean to for real. But I just thought it was so funny. And Rollie thought it was so funny how she got tore up 4 or 5 rounds back to back. Girl. And Mariah Lynn was swearing up and down online that nothing was wrong with her eye. Like that absolutely nothing was wrong with her eye. And it's like, girl, you're literally walking around. Not only are you walking around with glasses, but Natalie is literally explaining the way that your eye looked after the fight. And you sat there online and you lied, talking about nothing was wrong with your eye. And how you didn't get beat up. Girl, you are just a delusional Mighty Mouse, girl. You chicken little delusional mutt. Girl, I don't mess with you, girl. Next. Anyways, so next. All right. So like I said, Rollie is in there with Natalie, and the rest of the girls slowly but surely start to come in. Everybody is greeting Rollie. They're happy. It's baddie shot o'clock. Me personally, I am not upset about Rollie's return. Like, I'm just not. Like, I don't know. It's like a love-hate relationship with Rollie, because I never started off not liking Rollie. It was just on Baddies East, she threw me off, and I'm going to still say that right now. Like, I'm not going to switch up and be like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? No, girl, you made me mad on Baddies East. I really wasn't messing with you like that, and I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? I stand 10 toes behind everything I said last season about you, but with her not being on screen for a minute now, it's like, okay, bring the big back villain back, girl. I don't know. I'm not mad that she returned. However, neither were the other girls, because once they came in slowly but surely, they all started to greet Rollie and started to hug her. It was baddie shot o'clock. It was lit. In the middle of one of their hugs, kumbayas or whatever, Natalie was trying to get Biggie to come in and hug. I don't know what Natalie thought. Biggie was just going to automatically come in and hug Rollie, when the last time Biggie saw Rollie, Biggie got turned every way but loose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, why would she? But, her and Biggie and Rollie ended up making up. But before that, because, Rollie looked over to Biggie, smiling, all smiles. She seems like she's a lot happier, a little bit more mature. And she was like, like, can I have a hug? Like, are you going to greet me? Stuff like that. And of course, Biggie, as she should be, because again, the last time they seen each other, Biggie got turned every way but loose. Biggie got turned into Smalls. So it's like, girl, is you sure you're not gonna try to sneak me? Because these girls be with the mess, girl. You try to go in for a hug, child, and you thinking you about to hug somebody and you get snuck, baby. Okay, so I completely understood Biggie in this moment, but Rollie did end up apologizing. Not only did she apologize to Biggie, but Biggie basically insisted on Rollie apologizing to not only her, but the other Latinas for making fun of Biggie's Spanish speaking. I'm not mad at this either, especially because I really do feel like Rollie never really got held accountable for her racist remarks and her racist acts last. It's not even really racism. It's really just her being a bigot. Like, you know what I'm saying? She never got called out for it. You know what I'm saying? She never got called out for it. It was so wrong. We all called her out for it. It was so wrong. It was so wrong. It was disgusting. She would mimic Biggie's accent. She would talk about Biggie's Spanish speaking. It was just gross. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame Biggie for this. But girl, why you ain't been speak up about this? Like, girl, Rollie has been making fun of Biggie's Spanish speaking ever since Baddies West. Was it Baddies West? No. It was either Baddies West reunion or it was Baddies East auditions. But Rollie has been disrespecting Biggie's Spanish speaking for over a year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Biggie never said anything, but she just now saying. I feel like again she just you could tell that she read fan comments, and I feel like she wanted a little moment. But it's okay though. It's okay, girl. I'm not mad at you for it because, like I said, I feel like it's something that Rollie was definitely wrong for it, and it's something that Rollie should have been held accountable for. But it's just crazy how like Biggie never mentioned it at all. Like, but you know, I could see how it's offensive because, girl, why are you making... She can't help the fact that she's Dominican. Like, she can't help the fact that she speaks Spanish. Like, who are you to tell? Again, like, going back to last season and the season before that, who the hell are you to tell her that she cannot speak Spanish? Like, girl. Anyways... So, yeah, I wasn't mad at it, girl. She apologized. She apologized to all the Spanish girls and to Biggie. So, you know, kudos to Rollie. She's maturing a little bit because, girl, we all know old Rollie would not have done that, girl. We all know old Rollie would not have apologized. However, she did apologize. She took responsibility. She said bro, you know what Rollie, girl, I don't want to sound ignorant, but Rollie had me so weak, bro. And I laugh a little bit when white people do it too because it's so funny because it just don't need to be said. She said, "I'm not racist. I got a Mexican brother-in-law." Girl, what? You should have, stop because it makes you look worse, low key. Girl, you ain't even have to say that. But that where I want to tell you, it had me so weak because she was so for real. Oh my God, when people be doing that, it'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. Anyways, she said, "Girl, I'm not racist. I got a Mexican brother-in-law." And she was so for real. I was weak, y'all. She had me weak. Anyways, so they moved past that, her and Biggie make up or whatever. Biggie's like, "Okay, I'm going to see later down the line, of course, if you are being genuine or not." All right. So they move on, and Automac ends up coming in shortly after that. And girl, when Automac came in, all hell broke loose, child. Okay, so they automatically start going at it. Okay, and Automac throws her shoe at Rollie's chest. Now, me personally, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. There's no way you're going to throw a shoe at me and I'm going to be calm about it. So I completely understand why Rollie was so mad. I get it. Now, when they start throwing low blows at each other, like I said before, when they were in Miami, yes, they do be eating each other up. But at the same time, it's just like, do y'all got to scoop that low? Do y'all have to scoop that low? Like, you telling her that you're basically going to reconstruct the other side of her face is crazy. Crazy when she, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy to me. But anyways, Automac throws the shoe at Rollie, and it just all like, you know, it was hard to calm Rollie down again because I understand why she was so mad because how y'all didn't hold her back and stop her from throwing the shoe. But when I'm trying to defend myself after she did it, y'all want to try to hold me back. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Let me get through. Girl, I would have been mad. Like, security would have got it too. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Okay? And in the midst of because it was so heated, y'all. And it just, one thing about Zeus is I feel like they really do carry on these little scenes for too long. These argument scenes, it goes on for too long. Like at some point, y'all got to secure the set and y'all got to get them to hush. It went on for too long, in my opinion. Like, it was cute at first, but it went on for too long. Me personally, I feel like Mac and Rollie's back and forth is always so funny because they're both so funny and they both have really good comebacks and quick comebacks. And Rollie is very clever and very y'all, she said that Mac's hair looked like Easter basket grass. What? Her hair, I'm sorry, excuse me, pardon me, her hair looks like what, ma'am? I have never heard anyone say that before. Her hair looks like what? She said, Anna Mac coming in, this when Anna Mac first came in her confessional, Rollie was like, Anna Mac coming in, hair looking like Easter basket grass. Girl, how did you come up with that? Let me know. It was funny. I thought it was funny because it really did. It really did look like Easter basket. It was cute though. It was cute. She had to leave out. She had to sew in with her leave out. It was cute. You know what I'm saying? Her leave out blended in very well with the weave. You know what I'm saying? It was cute, but Rollie ate her up with that. It was funny. But in the midst of them arguing, girl, it's getting heated, girl. They're trying to get to each other. Rollie is mad. Anna Mac is trolling her. Girl, in the midst of that, Tasi is basically keeps repeating, they're not going to fight. They're not going to fight. They're not going to fight. No, they're not going to fight. 2 different weight classes. All right, Tasi, let's get into you. Let's get into you. First of all, this would not have been the first time that Rollie and Anna Mac went blow for blow. They already got into it at the reunion. Where were you? Girl, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already got into it at the reunion. So it's not even like that would have been the first time that they got into it. Second of all, I understand what Tasi was talking about when she said 2 different weight classes, because I mean, like, anyone with 2 eyes that can see the weight difference between Anna Mac. Like, girl, take one of Anna Mac's legs, little chicken legs, and then take Rollie's and take one of Rollie's legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and compare the 2, it's 2 different weight classes, clearly. But was it 2 different weight classes when Anna Mac is popping her ish to Rollie? Huh? Is it 2 different weight classes when Anna Mac is over there trolling Rollie right after throwing a shoe at Rollie, knowing Rollie can't get to her and she's trolling Rollie? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Anna Mac has a big mouth. Anna Mac acts as if she's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, oh, Rollie should just, I'm not saying that. It's one thing if Rollie would have came in there trying to get at Anna Mac, but it wasn't like that. Anna Mac threw her shoe. What are we talking about right now, Tasi? You saw your friend throw the shoe. Was it 2 different weight classes when Anna Mac threw the shoe? But now that Rollie is trying to defend herself, it's 2 different weight classes. But you ain't check your friend, though. Let's get into it. She was telling Anna Mac to be quiet, of course, because it just kept dragging on and on and on. And at some point, y'all gotta stop, especially if both of y'all are injured and can't even do anything. It's pointless. So she was telling Anna Mac to hush, but you're not holding your friend accountable either. When your friend threw the shoe or got ready to throw the shoe, one, why didn't you tell your friend y'all two different weight classes? You don't do that, cause she's gonna have to defend herself. Like, you didn't tell your friend, oh, don't do nothing, do not get physical, don't throw the shoe, because y'all are 2 different weight classes. She wasn't telling Anna Mac none of that. It was, oh, Rollie, y'all not about to fight, y'all 2 different weight classes. But were they 2 different weight classes when Anna Mac, when that shoe left Anna Mac's hand and hit Rollie? Let me know. I understand what Tasi is saying, but don't holler they 2 different weight classes after your friend then did what she did and now Rollie trying to defend herself. Girl, bye. And then you clearly know, like, everyone knew at that moment that both of them are injured. So security is literally not letting them get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because be for real, any other time security would have let them got into it, but they're both injured reserve. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, they're not even supposed to be fighting each other. Security is clearly not going to let them get into it. So for you to step in the middle and be like, y'all not fighting, da-da-da-da. If y'all fight, I'm going to have to eat. And then Rollie's like, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Like, she already took it there, which is true. At that point, Automatic had already took it there and got Rollie mad and riled up. When half the time, every single time this season where they came in contact with each other, Rollie don't even be on that as soon as possible. It be Automatic who be so mad. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just don't understand Tasiki. Like, girl, clearly security's not going to let them get to each other. You see that security is not going to let them get to each other. But here you are, you know what I'm saying, like stomping around, beating on your chest, talking about y'all not finna fight, y'all not finna fight. If y'all fight, I'ma eat. Girl, boo, bye. Again, Tasiki, outside of fighting, you are so boring. Flatline. Beep. There's no personality there, girl. You know what I'm saying? It's so boring watching you on my screen. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's boring as hell. Like, I be bored when you're on my screen. So you're so desperate to grasp onto some type of storyline or something. Because you know ain't nobody going to try you. You know nobody's going to try you. You know the girls are scary and they're going to continue to basically pick and choose and walk on eggshells around you. So you have to create your own beef, and it be so obvious, and it's so, because how are you going to say in one sentence, oh, I'm cool with Rollie, but they're in two different weight classes, so if Rollie does this, then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to eat, and girl, you are corny, no shade. You're corny. Oh my soul, you're corny. Corny, with a capital C. What are we talking about right now? Like, your friend took it there first. Go check your friend. You're trying to check Rollie for literally defending herself. I don't understand, girl. Next. Girl, and that's the end of that situation, girl. So, honestly, towards the middle of the episode, they went to one club booking. They were discussing evictions. Like I said, me personally. Oh, and also they were discussing the whole Mariah Lynn, Asian doll, and Bianca. I don't like the way that they are continuously talking about Bianca as if Mariah Lynn isn't a snake. Like, they're just trying to make it seem like Mariah Lynn got done so dirty by Bianca, and it's pretty much getting on my nerves. Sapphire told Mariah Lynn how Bianca wants to catch a fade with her. Girl, like, I just don't feel the need to talk about this, me personally. Like, we all know them screenshots came out and proved that Mariah Lynn not only was a liar, but a snake, and purposely tried to make it seem like her and Sapphire were still beefing, but came into the situation not having Bianca's back, and pretending like her and Sapphire were cool, when behind closed doors, she was, girl, boo, bye. Stop talking about it. Stop. Because now I know the truth, Mariah Lynn, and now I just don't have no patience for you to keep lying on my screen. Next, girl. So eventually, towards the middle/end of the episode, they all meet up right before their last club booking in Puerto Rico, before they go to the Dominican Republic. And girl, it just went up, girl. It was up and stuck, and it was up, and it's up, and it's up, and it's stuck. It was a hot mess. All right, so you know they do the baddie shot o'clock. They always do baddie shot o'clock when something about to go down or when something do go down. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So they're doing baddie shot o'clock, and literally, Natalie basically talks about how PR is their last club booking or whatever, and they're about to go to their last club booking in Puerto Rico or whatever, and Natalie basically is like, however, unfortunately, two of you guys will not be joining us when we go to the Dominican Republic, and that is ItsMyaJ and SLIM2BAD. So, as she should, because I'm not gonna lie, girl, a SLIM2BAD girl, I was rooting for you. I understood your reaction, no shade. Some people might have thought that you did too much, or that you shouldn't have done it at all, but me personally, I feel like you did just enough until you started to get drugged back and forth, okay? So she tells them that they're gonna go home, ItsMyaJ and SLIM2BAD, and you know what, I'm gonna talk about that towards the end of the episode and how I feel about that, but let me just tell y'all what happened. Girl, so SLIM2BAD reacts the way I would have reacted. ItsMyaJ basically kept it cute, and she was like, I'm not going to get into it with nobody. I'm not going to, get into it with you or anybody else over their opinion. However, I want to know who voted me out so I know who's been in my face. And I understood her reaction too. I completely understood both reactions because she wanted to know who was in her face, smiling in her face, acting like they was cool with her, but low key wanted her to, go home. So I understood Dia's reaction. I didn't think that she was a punk at all for how she reacted. I think that she reacted fine and mature. And then SLIM2BAD, I also understood her reaction as well because it's just like whoever voted me out and felt like I should go home, come to the forefront and line it up. What are we talking about? Line it up right now. That's exactly how I would have reacted. I completely understand how SLIM2BAD reacted. Line it up. I don't care who it is, especially because basically the decision is already made. So now I'm about to embarrass y'all on my way out. But SLIM2BAD, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. Meatball, I'm kind of looking at you funny because she literally called out your fade and you didn't take it. Girl, next. I still like you though, Meatball, but girl, I don't know. It gave Scary a little bit. And so basically after she called out Meatball's fade, Meatball, I don't know if Meatball acted like she didn't hear her or Meatball was just like, why? I don't understand why. Girl, Automac, Automac is a little chihuahua. She can't stop barking, girl. She can't stop barking. So Automac is with her injured self is on the sidelines talking. Be quiet. Be quiet. Nobody's talking to you. If she feels like she want to fight on the way out and she feels like she want to go out with a bang, let her do that. Who are you? You guys are hypocrites. Y'all literally brought a whole bunch of reserves onto the beach bonfire to literally fight and take some of the girls' spots. I'm not finna play with y'all. Y'all are walking contradictions. So now all of a sudden y'all are above. Like, get out of here. Like, because all of a sudden now everybody act like they're above somebody fighting for their spot when that's literally what y'all been doing from the beginning. That's what y'all had them do at the auditions, and that's what y'all had them do, especially on the beach bonfire. You guys are literally contradicting yourselves every single way I turn. Y'all contradicting yourselves. So y'all can bring a bunch of reserves on the beach to get down with the originals for absolutely no reason so they can secure a spot on the show. But now that somebody's actually getting kicked off the show and she want to fight for her spot and go out with a bang, now y'all mad. Now y'all act like y'all above it. Y'all are hypocrites. So anyways, Automac, you need to be quiet because you can't even get in the field, baby. It's literally, you can't even get in the field for real because you're injured. You're injured reserve. Hush. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Nobody's talking to you. She's not trying to get into it with you. You're not the one that voted her out like you said in your confessional, right? So why do you feel so hit that she's trying to go out with a bang and that she's trying to line it up with everybody who voted her out? Who are you to tell her, oh, that's not what we're going to do? Girl, you don't have near producer credit. If Natalie is not telling her to stop. So now all of a sudden you're above it? Girl, didn't you just throw girl, next. Anyways, now apparently Automac is the chihuahua that's automatically above the girl boom. I don't understand, girl. Girl, do you know what show you're on? Y'all literally fight all the time for no reason. Let's really get into it. Don't now one of y'all really have real storylines. Y'all storyline is fighting. The show is based around fighting, but now that somebody is trying to get in the field because girls wanted to vote them out without even telling them that they were going to go home or vote them out. Girl, boo, bye. She had every right to do that. She had every right to do that. I said what I said. Automac should have just hushed it up and sat cute. Be quiet. Girl, anyways. So, girl, SLIM2BAD ends up squaring up a little bit with Automac. Automac drops her back. I'm not going to lie. Automac, girl, you ate that up, girl. Because one thing about it in today's for sure, Automac is not scared of nobody, girl. I got to give it to her, girl. She's not scary, girl. She's not scary. She's not. She dropped her back quick and said, who are you running up on? And it ended there. You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand. But I understand SLIM2BAD too. Girl, I'm going to do what I want to do. I would have told her the same thing. I'm going to do what I want to do. Who going to stop me? Who going to stop me? You? Miss Injured? Miss Injured Reserve, are you gonna get in the paint and stop me from doing what I'm gonna do? Girl, boo, by the time myself, we're not gonna do it. We're not doing that. Oh, we're not gonna, girl, who's not? Watch me. Anyways, SLIM2BAD, girl, you are just embarrassing, girl. You are embarrassing. You are embarrassing. How do you get evicted and drugged on the way out? How do you get evicted and beat up? Pick a struggle. Oh my goodness. It was a mess. I was so embarrassed for her because I was rooting for her because I completely understood where she was coming from. But you got done up. Your first mistake was calling out Diamond the Body thinking that she was the weakest link. That was your first mistake. Because I'm not going to lie, since Diamond the Body been in the house, she personally has not been impressing me with her fighting because it just seems like wrestling, honestly, and her just head like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really seem like she really be throwing hands like that. But girl, she tore you up. She tore you up, girl. She tore you up, girl. And can we please stop, like, unpopular opinion. Can we please stop saying that Slim snuck Diamond the Body? SLIM2BAD told Diamond the Body to come down off that counter multiple times. She didn't want to because of her hair. Get up off that counter, Miss Tough Stuff. You like to sneak people from behind, right? Why they not even paying attention? And why they already getting ganged up on? Girl, get up off that counter. Talk about your hair. I don't care when you got your hair done. Get up off that counter. Get up off that counter. She told her to get up off the counter multiple times. She did not get up off the counter. So she rushed her. But we're not going to sit here and say that she snuck her. Come on now. Girl, stop playing. Stop playing. Girl, SLIM2BAD, girl, you snuck her. You still got whooped. Y'all ended up, I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a square up. Y'all ended up, getting in the middle. She took her wig off, girl. And personally, I feel like Diamond the Body, she gets down well. She gets down well when she's mad. Like, because you can tell the way she was taking off that wig. This is so ghetto. The way she was taking off her wig, and she had the girl, it was a hot mess, girl. It was a hot mess, girl. The way she was taking off the wig, girl, you just knew she was about to get down, girl. I knew it as soon as I knew you wasn't gonna win that. Because you got her riled up and you got her mad at that point, and you just. I don't understand how you were so ready to get down and you got walked down. Like, she walked you down that second round. Like, she literally, like, she walked you down, sister. Like, she walked her down so bad. It was embarrassing. I hated that for her because I was rooting for her. Like, y'all want me to go home? All right, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. But you ain't even show them something, girl. You got walked down. She walked you down, and they evicted you the same night. It was embarrassing. And then Natalie, you are again with the contradictions. This season is the season of contradictions, y'all. They say one thing, they act like they stand on principle, and they're all about principle and morals and values, and then they let somebody else get away with something. So how are you going to be like, first of all, it was already set in stone. Let's talk about it. It was already set in stone that SLIM2BAD and Izzy was going to go home. So I don't even know why Natalie came out of her mouth and said this. But after the altercation was done or whatever between Diamond the Body and SLIM2BAD, Natalie was like, oh, well, you just snuck her, so you're definitely going home. Girl, first of all, you were going to send her home anyway. And if that is the case, you need to send Diamond the Body home too. Send her home too. Why she ain't get sent home? Because she snuck somebody that y'all didn't like at the moment? Girl, bye. Because she's a googly-eyed follower who did something for clout and to impress y'all. So y'all didn't send her home then, but she literally snuck Bianca. So if that's a house rule, or if y'all are standing on morals and values and principles, and y'all not with sneaking, y'all need to send home everybody. Y'all need to send home everybody who sneaks. Y'all need to send, if that's the case, y'all need to, and some of the people I'm going to name, I actually like them, but I'm just saying, like, if y'all are going to send home people for sneaking, y'all need to send home everybody who sneak. Y'all need to send home Meatball for sneaking Gretchen, even though, well deserved. Yeah, do that, because she definitely snuck Gretchen as soon as Gretchen first came into the house. You need to send home Tasi for doing it to Jellybean. Because Jellybean definitely felt like she was going to get a hug from Tasi, and Tasi doinked her out of nowhere, was smiling in her face, and then doinked her. So send home Tasi, but y'all definitely not going to do that because y'all scary and y'all walk on eggshells around that girl every single episode to the point where she has to create her own storylines to stay relevant. Y'all need to send home Diamond the Body. At the beach bonfire where they was getting down, girls were literally sneaking left and right. Send home everybody who snuck somebody that day, and Tinkerbella was one of them. Girl, bye. Like, y'all, you don't care about the fact that she snuck Diamond. You just want her to go home, and now you're trying to make yourself feel better, so you want to try to put something else on her. Girl, it was already set in stone that she was gonna go home. Girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? You're not fooling nobody, Natalie. Stop. It's just a whole bunch of walking contradictions. And let's get into some more. Let's talk about it. Okay, so first of all, when they were explaining why they wanted Dia to go home, they kept talking about the language barrier. And I just feel like for it to be Baddies' career, this is what I don't understand about, like, this cast, Baddies in general. The fact that for 2 whole seasons straight, you guys not only mimicked Biggie's Spanish speaking, but y'all also made fun of it. Let's really get into it. But you guys are walking around the DR, or you guys are about to walk around the DR, and you guys are walking around the PR. Y'all are walking around Puerto Rico, and y'all are about to walk around the Dominican Republic like y'all are just so open and loving to their people, when you literally have somebody who is Dominican on y'all show, and y'all treat her like Dookie. Y'all treat her like Dookie. Y'all make fun of her Spanish speaking, but y'all finna go to the country though, and y'all finna, girl, I just don't understand. It just don't make no sense. So anyways, let's get into it. So it's Baddies Caribbean. Right? Baddies Caribbean. Baddies Caribbean. Baddies Caribbean. It's Baddies Caribbean, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. So the only Caribbean girl on the cast, right? Y'all are talking about sending home because of the language barrier. Girl, bye. It just don't make no sense. It seems so wrong. It seems so wrong. Because me personally, I don't care what y'all say. I understand it's Dia fine. I understand her fine. Clearly, she has a heavy accent. She was born and raised in the Caribbean. She's a Caribbean girl. It's Baddies Caribbean. How are you guys complaining about the language barrier of a Caribbean girl on Baddies Caribbean? It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It seems so wrong. Like I said, me personally, I'm not gonna be fake though. Me personally, I feel like It's Dia should have been going home the moment they brought those reserves on the beach, right? During the beach bonfire, they brought those reserves on the beach, and the whole point of them bringing the reserves on the beach was so the reserves can take the OG's spots, okay? And she ended up getting tore up and walked down by Nunu multiple rounds. That's when I feel like she should have went home. Not only that, but a couple days later, they did the little nature walk, and Nunu still tore her up. So I feel like that's, and they chose Nunu to be a part of the cast. That's when I feel like It's Dia should have went home. Because if the whole point was to bring the reserves and for the reserve to take an OG spot because y'all felt like some of the OGs should have went home, this is literally Natalie's words. We feel like some of the OGs don't deserve to be here. We feel like they should go home. Well, not OGs, but some of the girls that were already in the house, right? And we're going to bring new girls in, and they're going to basically bump it out for their spot. And some of the girls are going to get sent home, and we're going to bring in the reserves to replace them. So if that was the point of that, It's Dia should have went home. That's how I feel. But y'all kept her there. Y'all kept her there for what? Just to end up sitting her home anyway over a language barrier? I just don't understand. Like when Sapphire, Jayla, Natalie, Scotty, when they were all together and they were discussing the girls going home and who they feel like should go home, and Sapphire was explaining why she felt like It's Dia should go home, I'm just like, Girl, what? And it was only one person who said they felt like Dia should go home. But everyone else in that moment when they were discussing it said that they love Dia. They said, oh, I love Dia. And they were looking like, girl, we're not sending her home, and still ended up sending her home. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Like, they should have, if they were going to send Dia home, they should have sent her home the moment Nunu walked her down multiple times. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she stood in the paint, but the whole point was to bring the replacements so the replacements could take their spots. And she should have been with home if that's the case. But I just don't like the reason why they wanted her to go home was just so wrong, and I don't like it, especially because it's just so sad. It reminds me of, and although I don't really care for Biggie now or care for what Biggie's doing now, it's like still like for 2 seasons in a row, y'all made fun of this girl for how she spoke. Y'all made fun of her for her heritage and her ethnicity, something that she literally cannot control and something that she is so proud of. However, the very next season, y'all are going to the Caribbean. Like, it just don't make no sense. It was so funny. When Biggie and Rollie initially got into it, when Biggie came in as a replacement, right? And it was so funny when they got into it, and Rollie was literally mocking her. It was disgusting, right? It was disgusting. And then but y'all doing a Caribbean season the very next. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Just like it's a Caribbean season, and y'all kicked off the only born and raised Caribbean girl. Anna Mac is Puerto Rican, Gretch is Puerto Rican, Diamond Body is Jamaican, right? Or is she Haitian? She's one of those two. And Biggie is Dominican, but they were raised in the States. You know what I'm saying? Dia was the only one that was born and raised a Caribbean girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. It just didn't seem right. Speaking of Dia, so basically towards the end, Natalie tried to give Dia the choice to stay as a reserve, to stay as a replacement. Keep in mind that the replacements are not even on screen. The replacements are down the street, sitting in a hotel, waiting for somebody to go home. So they're not even replacements, they're reserves. Okay? So they're sitting in a hotel, not even on camera, not on screen, not in the field, not in the house, not going to the clubs with them, not experiencing the actual baddie experience with them. They are down the street in a hotel waiting for one of the girls in the house to go home so they can replace them. Why? And I repeat, why? Why would Dia do that? I don't understand. And why would Biggie get mad at Dia for not wanting to be a replacement when Biggie, you came as a replacement last season and you did, girl. It's just the contradictions for me, baby. It's like everybody forgetting where they came from. Biggie literally screaming in this girl's face. And I don't know why Dia didn't defend herself, because honestly, if I was Dia, I would have read Biggie down. Oh, I would have read her for filth, baby. I promise you. Because you're sitting here yelling in her face, talking about, oh, I was a replacement. And I was proud of it. Who are you to talk about a replacement like you're too good to be a replacement? Girl, what? You're projecting. Oh my soul, you are. You're projecting. Because how are you mad? Because it's Dia, she auditioned. It's not like It's Dia was a celebrity who just got handed her spot, or it's not like It's Dia cracked that little cooter cat open for a spot on the show and just got it handed to her. No shade. But she actually went through the auditions. She was actually a random girl who went to the auditions, and made it on the show the right way, right? So she went through all of that. And again, she went through all of that. She actually auditioned to go into the show. She made it on the show as one of the original girls to be in the house. And now they not only want to evict her, but they want her to basically dumb herself down to a reserves level and sit in a hotel all day. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. First of all, Biggie, it was different for you because you were a replacement, but you were still on screen, baby. you were still on screen. If Dia gets that reserve position, she's not going to be on screen no more. She's literally out of the house. Not only that, but just because, no shade, Biggie, you don't have any self-esteem. No shade. And I hate to say it. I hate to break it to you. But you don't have any self-esteem, because anybody who came onto the show as an original would never come back as a replacement. They played you. Zeus played in your face, and the only reason why Zeus and Natalie made it seem like you even got that replacement position in the first place was because they tried to play you in your face again and tell everybody that you were following them city from city, so they basically had no choice but to give you that position. So it's not even like they replaced you because they're like, okay, we didn't give her an OG spot, like, you know, but we feel like she'll be good on the season. They didn't even do it for that reason. They literally said verbatim, she's been following us city to city anyway. We might as well just give her, she might as well just come in the house. I mean, she's following us, stalking us anyway. Literally called you Sydney 2.0. They played you from the beginning, and you continuously come back. So it's like, I don't want to hear anything from Biggie. Like, girl, you can't talk. You can't talk. Just because you have little to no self-esteem, and you came back as a replacement after being an original, does not mean that you have to project that onto Dia. Dia don't want to do it. She don't want to do it. She don't want to do it. It is what it is. She want to go home. She would rather go home than to be a replacement after coming in as that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand, Biggie. I don't understand. And then even when Biggie came in as a replacement on Baddies East, she couldn't even accept the fact that she was a replacement. Camila literally on the bus was like, oh, well, how does it feel? Clocked her tea and asked her, how does it feel to go from being an original to a replacement? Like, how do you feel coming back as a replacement? Gagging you. What are you talking about? Basically throwing shade. Like, how does it feel? Like, you were an original, and now you're a replacement. And what did Biggie say? Oh, I'm not a replacement. I'm an original. You couldn't even accept the fact that you were a replacement. You never owned the fact that you were a replacement. But now all of a sudden you're the spokesperson for replacements. Girl, boo, bye. Girl, boo. Girl, boo. I'm not gonna play with you. Also, if their main reason for sending Slim home was because they feel like Slim was a little boring, not showcasing her personality and fading into the background, they need to go ahead on and send Tasi home. If that's the case. But y'all not gonna do that. Y'all scary. Y'all are scary. Y'all are hypocrites. Y'all are walking contradictions. If y'all are gonna send SLIM2BAD, let me repeat myself. If y'all are gonna send SLIM2BAD home for fading into the background, being boring, or whatever you want to say, not showcasing her person, y'all need to send Tasi home too. Okay? Because Tasi is not giving us the much, but forced and made up storylines. She's not giving us anything else. Send Tasi home too if y'all feel that way about SLIM2BAD. And then for Rollie to be like, I'm kind of skipping back ahead, but for Rollie to be like, oh, I feel like, again, I did not agree with Tasi doing what she was doing. Like, I feel like she was doing too much. And again, just itching for some type of storyline, trying to insert herself into somebody else's beef that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Their beef is dating back all the way to last season. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't say nothing last season about a weight difference, about a weight class, girl, boo, bye. You know what I'm saying? But for Rollie to sit there and be like, I feel like I'm getting ganged up on Rollie. Girl, all last season you was doing that, girl. I know, like, I didn't feel bad for Rollie in the slightest. It's more so like a right and wrong thing. Like, I feel like Tasi was wrong for trying to do that. And it wasn't even about ganging up. It was more so like about, girl, you're just trying to insert yourself and make yourself relevant right now. Like, you're bugging. But Rollie, girl, all you did last season was gang up on other people. Like, I know you're not talking about I feel ganged up on. I feel like I'm being ganged up on. Girl, bye. But yeah, moral of the story is that this cast is very much annoying. They're very much contradicting themselves every other episode. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. right, y'all. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning into this review. Make sure you stream my latest live. Y'all, we were lit. We were cutting up on there. And make sure you tune into my latest tea videos. The tea is hot, baby. The tea is hot. You know, the girls are getting their storylines ready for the reunion. And I am ready to keep giving y'all, feeding y'all pretty much. Like, I'm ready. I am fueled, baby. I am back. So y'all make sure y'all catch up on everything. I love y'all so much. It's Messy Maya. It's the Messy Mob. Bye.